Hello guys, you are seeing Prime News Australia, where we show you the latest and important news of Australia in the fastest and reliable way. So come, let's start by not delaying 25 big updates of the Australia, especially for you. Before proceeding in the video, comment by commenting from which state you are watching, and also like video so that YouTube can reach this video to more people of Australia.
The World Health Organization has officially validated Australia for eliminating trachoma as a public health problem. This marks a historic achievement for the nation's health system and a significant milestone for Indigenous communities who have been disproportionately affected by the infectious cause of blindness. Health Minister Mark Butler praised the sustained effort and cross-sector collaboration that led to this result, making Australia the 30th country globally to successfully eradicate the disease through focused public health initiatives. The federal government is facing renewed pressure to implement a total ban on gambling advertising following a report from the Grattan Institute. While Prime Minister Anthony Albanese recently announced several restrictions on televised betting ads, critics argue that partial bans are ineffective at stopping the harm caused by online betting. Australia's electric vehicle fleet has officially surpassed 500,000 units this month, signalling a major shift in the national energy landscape. Experts from the CSIRO noted that the rapid uptake of EVs and rooftop solar is transforming how the country manages its power grid. By utilising bidirectional charging, these vehicles are now being viewed as mobile batteries that can support energy independence and provide a vital solution to the ongoing fuel crisis affecting many Australian households. A massive logistical failure at major aviation hubs across Australia and New Zealand caused widespread chaos for travellers this week. Over 300 flights were delayed and dozens were cancelled at Sydney, Melbourne and Auckland airports due to a combination of severe weather and ground operations staffing shortages. The Western Australian government has announced a landmark $2.7 billion investment to secure the state's water future. This funding, slated for the next financial year, aims to deliver reliable and sustainable water supplies to support a growing population and mitigate the impacts of climate change. National inflation concerns are rising as automotive fuel prices climb sharply due to international trade disruptions. Economic analysts from Westpac suggest that higher energy costs are spilling over into the pricing of food and other essential goods, potentially driving a significant rise in headline inflation for the quarter. Cook Labor government in Western Australia has introduced a major overhaul of the state's driver licensing system. The new changes are designed to improve road safety by modernising how Western Australians learn to drive and obtain their licenses. Officials believe that updated training requirements and stricter testing protocols will help reduce the number of accidents on regional and metropolitan roads. Australia's diplomatic efforts in the International Maritime Organization have focused on the safety of civilian seafarers and the reopening of the Strait of Hormuz. In a national statement, Australian representatives commended international cooperation aimed at safeguarding maritime trade routes amid global tensions. A significant funding pool of $1.3 million has been opened for veteran organisations across Western Australia through the annual Anzac Day Trust Grant. Premier Roger Cook stated that the initiative is designed to support programs that benefit veterans and their families, focusing on mental health and community integration. The ongoing debate over the sustainability of the National Disability Insurance Scheme has reached a fever pitch in Canberra. Treasury reports indicate that the cost of the NDIS has expanded to levels that may be unsustainable in its current form without significant reform. While the government remains committed to supporting people with disabilities, there is an increasing focus on ensuring the program is managed efficiently to prevent it from crowding out other essential public sector investments. Australia has joined several international partners in a joint statement regarding the 11th Nuclear Non-Proliferation Treaty Review Conference. As a member of the Non-Proliferation and Disarmament Initiative, Australia is pushing for positive momentum and the full implementation of global disarmament treaties. New South Wales has reported a significant increase in the adoption of smart grid technologies in residential areas. These systems allow homeowners to better manage their energy consumption by integrating solar panels with high-capacity home batteries. State energy officials believe that these decentralized energy resources are key to reducing the strain on the primary power grid during summer heatwaves. Perth is currently hosting several Italian football legends as part of the Winter of Unmissable Sport campaign. The visiting stars are promoting the upcoming Calcio Italiano event, which is expected to draw tens of thousands of fans to Western Australia. This initiative is part of a broader government strategy to boost tourism and position the state as a premier destination for international sporting events. A new Aboriginal place names project has reached a milestone, with the Busselton Department of Transport and Major Infrastructure Service Centre receiving its traditional name. This is the first location in Western Australia to be officially renamed under the project, which aims to recognise and celebrate Indigenous culture and history. Climate scientists are warning that the Great Barrier Reef is facing another critical period due to rising sea temperatures. Recent monitoring data suggests that coral bleaching risks remain high, prompting calls for more aggressive federal action on carbon emissions. Environmental groups are urging the government to increase funding for reef restoration projects and to accelerate the transition away from fossil fuels to ensure the long-term survival of this UNESCO World Heritage Site and its unique biodiversity. The Australian construction industry is grappling with a severe shortage of skilled labour, leading to delays in major infrastructure projects. Industry leaders are calling for reforms to the skilled migration program to attract more tradespeople from overseas. Currently, many residential and commercial developments are running behind schedule, which is contributing to the rising cost of housing across the country. The Australian Federal Police have successfully dismantled a major international cybercrime ring operating out of Sydney. The operation, conducted in partnership with several global law enforcement agencies, targeted a group involved in sophisticated phishing scams and identity theft. Authorities recovered significant amounts of stolen data and believe the arrests will disrupt numerous criminal activities targeting Australian businesses. The Australian Bureau of Statistics has released new data showing a steady increase in the national population, largely driven by net overseas migration. While this growth is supporting the labour market, it is also putting additional pressure on urban infrastructure and the rental market in major cities like Sydney and Brisbane. A major shift in the Australian retail sector has seen a surge in buy local campaigns as consumers become more conscious of supply chain ethics. Many small businesses are reporting increased sales as shoppers prioritise Australian-made products over cheaper imports. This trend is being supported by various industry groups aiming to strengthen the domestic manufacturing base. Queensland is experiencing a record-breaking agricultural season thanks to favourable weather conditions in the northern regions. Farmers are reporting bumper crops of sugarcane and tropical fruits, which is providing a much-needed boost to the state's regional economies. However, logistical challenges remain in transporting these goods to international markets due to high shipping costs. The Australian government has launched a new initiative to promote STEM education in rural and regional schools. The program provides additional funding for science laboratories and specialised teacher training to ensure that students outside of major cities have access to high-quality technical education. Research conducted at the University of Melbourne has led to a breakthrough in renewable energy storage. Scientists have developed a new type of liquid metal battery that is more efficient and cost-effective than traditional lithium-ion versions. This technology has the potential to revolutionise how large-scale solar and wind farms store energy for use during periods of low generation. The South Australian government has announced a new plan to protect the state's unique coastal ecosystems from erosion. The initiative includes the construction of new seawalls and the restoration of natural seagrass beds to act as buffers against rising sea levels. Environmentalists have welcomed the move, noting that South Australia's coastline is particularly vulnerable to the effects of climate change.